Good morning, June 19th, Juneteenth day. It's on our way to Boiling Springs this morning. It's about 4 miles away. I guess there's a couple climbs between here and there, and then there's like 14 miles of flat. I'm going to try to get to, excuse me, I guess I haven't talked much today. Duncannon by this evening, or tomorrow evening, I guess it is. Yeah, because it's 30 miles away, so we do 18 today, and we'll have a lot lesser tomorrow. And we can be in Duncannon, and there's a hiker festival on Saturday, which probably help out some with food, and that kind of stuff. Seems like it'll be a fun time. Yesterday, my trekking poles were giving me a lot of problems. They started pulling apart at the joints, and I can't get it tight enough now. I've got some duct tape on there trying to hold them together, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to. One of them, that is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be up there, but now it's stuck down there and I can't seem to get it to move. I've had them for a long time, but I really didn't want to spend the money on the trekking poles. I was hoping that these were going to make it all the way to Katahdin, but it's not looking good. Duct tape on both poles. I might make it through them with, I don't know. Duct tape is not going to hold them. It's just going to wind up coming apart again. So they keep getting stuck in the ground and under mud and on roots and pulling apart. And yeah, it's taking me some time to. I had to keep screwing around yesterday, stopping and trying to fix them and pick up the one end that came apart and put them back together again. And like I said, I've had them for a long time, years and years. So I did not want to spend the money on trekking poles, but they do come in handy, and they've saved my backside a few times from falling. So they really don't owe me anything at all. I'm gonna try to. There's the train. See what I can find. If I can't find anything in Boiling Springs, I'm going to try to make it to Duncannon, and maybe they'll have trekking poles there, and if they're too expensive, I'm just not going to buy them. That's just the way it is. So it's probably going to be over $100, I'm guessing. I can get a cheap pair maybe at Walmart, but decisions. All right. So that's the plan for today. Looks like we're going to push for an 18. We did over 50 miles in the last 3 days, so that'll give us up to almost 70 miles, 68 miles and change for 4 days. So, but we are stopping in Boiling Springs to check things out. That's one reason why we stopped here last night. So we only had a 4-mile hike into Boiling Springs, and that'll give us a chance to look around a little bit. Fun fact, took a more serious wipeout last night because his shoes are no good, and on his fall yesterday, which was almost to the shelter, he snapped one of his new trekking poles right in half. So I really like my aluminum ones. They've held up very well for me, so if I can get another set of lucky aluminums, I will do that if they're not too outrageous. But, all right, I guess that's it for today. Oh, not today, but this morning. And I'll catch up with you again when I get to Boiling Springs. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Good morning. It is Thursday, June 19th. I believe that might be wheat or rye, possibly. Here's the train out there. Whoa, I just slipped. Trail's still a little bit muddy from the last couple of days here, but most of my stuff dried most of the way last night, except for my socks, which is lovely. I've been kind of waiting to go across these fields of wheat, rye, whatever it happens to be. I don't really know the difference, but maybe somebody else doesn't. To me, it kind of looks like it's harvestable right now, but I don't know that. And I'm thankful that it's only 9 o'clock in the morning when we're crossing this field, because, well, today's Thursday. By Saturday, it's supposed to be 95 and high humidity. It was 77 degrees this morning, so I don't know why I was waiting this long to walk in an open field like this. I had visions of Pennsylvania being like this, so. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. Heading toward Boiling Springs now. Been walking for about an hour now. So we're probably somewhere 2.5 miles, or somewhere near there anyway. So we'll probably we don't have a lot more to go, 1.5 miles maybe, and we'll be in Boiling Springs. We had a good climb this morning, right out of the gate. And I did the best I could taping up my trekking poles, but as you can see, I need them for my tent too, but that one's tip is fine, that one is completely gone, so we'll see how things work out.
Nice field, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love this. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this. I don't know why, but it's just to me, is awesome. And I'm glad it's not like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh,
You'd be crawling across the field instead. Good morning. A couple runners today.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'll do a quick 360 here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. We'll take it. All right, folks. I'll catch up with you in Hot Springs. I mean, in Boiling Springs. So, enjoy the morning. June 19th. Entering Boiling Springs. We did 4 miles in an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm on the bridge, and there's a car coming, so I hope I don't get hit. Not much room here. zone. That way to town. And this is the AT right here, going down in. We're gonna go downtown and check things out for a bit. I will get back to you soon. Good morning, still June 19th. There's another charcoal furnace here in Boiling Springs. Same type of thing as there was in Boiling Springs. It wound up being a community of iron making. So the plaque here, photos of the American colonist, historical ironworks, founded 1762. This blast iron furnace represented the start of the industrial development in Pennsylvania. June 9th, 1990 is when that plaque was put here. So, pretty cool. A lot of work too. All right, folks, I'm gonna let you go. And I'll see you next time around. Still June 19th. Walking down through Boiling Springs along the river here. All dammed up. Pretty nice little park they've made out around here. Benches, shade trees, colonial style houses, stone houses on the other side, some stone houses. Lots of ducks. Morning. That must be a domesticated mallard egg. That's big. Right. I guess you could put your little boat or something in here. I'm not really sure. Or walk. It's not really for walking down in, but huh. Got a bird of prey up there. I couldn't quite catch him in the... Lots of ducks in here. I guess I wouldn't want to be drinking out of this. Oh, some babies out there too. I don't know if you can see the babies very well. Let's see if I can zoom in. There they are.
Sweet little baby. I guess Mama put the oil on your feathers for you.
Pretty cool.
Oh, you guys just hatched.
Yeah, baby ducks are pretty cute. But ducks are very messy animals. It's a little cooler underneath the shade tree here. I'm real happy about that. Gazebo here in the park. Another little ramp type thing here. There's swimming. There's a couple geese up there. In amongst the ducks. Nice to walk into a park like that when you're... And this is the trail, so... Cute little town. I don't know where I'm going, really. I'm following White Blaze right now. There is an outfitter in town. I think we're going to try to hit that, so... But I'm not sure where it is. I'll have to wait for... I think Fun Fact is probably going to come up. He needs sneakers, and hopefully they have a pair that fit him. If not, then it's on to Gun Cannon. Please feed us less bread and more corn, peas, lettuce, spinach, kale, grapes cut in half, and duck feed pellets. So they do feed the ducks here. I'm surprised. But there it is. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. Good afternoon. It's about 12:15. Heading north from Boiling Springs. Yeah, nice little town. I'm sure we didn't see all of it, but I really don't know how big it is. There are a lot of houses, there's a cafe and a food mart and a few other places like that. I'm trying to pick my way around through this mud without falling. I did get my new trekking poles, Becky's. Aluminum like I wanted. Way too much money. It was $140 with tax and everything. I think it was 146. Oh goodness. So everybody went over to the cafe to get something to eat and drink, but I sat there and I decided that I spent enough money for one day. $146 is a lot of money, but I really need the trekking poles. So I went and got a monster drink at the food mart and a small thing of ice cream. So that was my elaborate spending for food today. So, but that's okay. I got to make things last. And $146 for new trekking poles was really not on my radar. I really thought I was going to make it all the way until yesterday. And things really started coming apart with the poles. So, I mean, one pole that doesn't even have any tip thing left on them. You can put new tips on, but the tighteners and fasteners, collars, everything was just coming loose. Couldn't tighten them. I tried taping them. I tried. That's just the way it is. So unfortunately I had to throw my ones I've had for a few years into the dumpster, and now I have these. So we'll see. They're nice. I've been using them. Yeah, we'll see how. Hopefully I can make it to Maine. If not, I'm going to have to cut off a couple of sticks. Problem is I need my trekking poles to set up my tent. It's not really a problem, but if I don't have trekking poles, then I'm going to have to try to cut sticks to hold my tent up, and it's just not going to... It won't work in any type of severe weather or wind. They'll be falling out, and oh goodness. So, absolutely gorgeous day today. I love walking through the farm fields. Right now I'm glad I'm not, because it's around 83 degrees, still humid, sweat's dripping off my nose. I do have bandana on, and even my arms are soaking wet with sweat. But I guess this is what the trail is like for the next 14 miles or so. And that's how far I needed to go to get to the next shelter. Fun fact, and high vis, went to the next town up. I got an Uber, so he can try to get his sneakers. He's got to have something before he breaks his neck or gets taken off trail because he's fallen in some precarious way. So definitely a necessity. Can only put your shoes just so far. Some people are like, oh, I can get 1,000 miles. And then you look at their feet. Yeah, you got 1,000 miles out of your sneakers, but now you're going to be limping for the next 2 weeks or worse. So, yeah. You got to play certain things if you don't take care of your feet, you're kind of done. So, all right, I'm coming up on Route 74 in Pennsylvania, and it crosses the road here, probably on a dangerous corner. Seems to be the case lately. I'll let you go, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later today when I find something interesting to share. Until then, take care. Good afternoon. 2 o'clock on Thursday, June 19th. Just walking along by myself right now. I took a very short break back there, probably less than 10 minutes. I just wanted to check my distance and so forth and so on, and I was walking faster than I expected I was walking, but I guess being flat like this and long fields, there's a couple little tiny bumps in the trail, nothing serious. I just noticed in some of these fields, it appears to be like soybean is planted here. I saw another crop that I believe to be peas. Just seems a little odd to me, but maybe it was something different, but it looked just like peas coming up. Yeah, my mileage from 11:45 to 1:45, I did 6.6 miles. So I'm walking better than 3 miles an hour, I guess. That's what it boils down to there. I would like to get to camp tonight before we got storms coming in. I guess the wind's picked up, so it's very refreshing now. It's still hot, still humid, but that breeze helps with the evaporation and keeping me a little bit cooler. Hence the 3 miles an hour, I guess. I don't see too many major storm clouds yet. So I figured in another couple hours I'm going to be pretty close to camp for the night. It was going to be, from the shelter that we left this morning to the next shelter up, I believe it was 18.1 miles. So it was 4 miles into Boiling Springs, Took a little bit of time there. Not as much really as that I would like to have, but it also was very, very hot. So it was like 86 degrees. Just walking in the sunshine down the side of the road just was not that appealing to me. So, and this is, I like this. Getting close to the highway. I just crossed one major highway. It was a bridge over the top of the highway, so that was helpful. I didn't have to dodge tractor trailers. A whole bunch of mushrooms. And now I'm coming up to railroad crossing. Nothing can. Ah! Oh, it was a truck horn. All right. Nothing overly exciting, except for all the farmland and this stuff is really beautiful. I really like that. Rolling hills and crops growing. And the breeze is lovely, and I'm walking in the semi-shade right now, so it's pretty nice. Glad I'm not walking down through the middle of the field, because that might be a different story. But this shade I'll take. Wow. All right. Just a quick update. I am working my way to the shelter. Tomorrow we should have I think it's a 12 mile to Duncannon, where I guess we're going to stay in Duncannon. We got to find a place in there that's cheap. And we might stay Saturday night as well. Hate to spend the money on that, but our last day was $25. That was really good. So we'll see what we can find in Duncannon, and they have the hiker festival Saturday. So we should get in tomorrow and we'll have the day for the hiker festival. They usually run somewhere between 10 and 4. So I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume, but they usually have food for hikers and that kind of stuff, so I'd like to take advantage of that if I can. I didn't eat in Boiling Springs like I was going to, and I probably should have, but I'm trying to be as careful as I can with the money. Ooh, mushy. Trail's been like this quite a bit. So it's not like running water, but it is very greasy and slippery. Even with these trail runners here, I'm still sliding, so it wants to stick to your bottoms of your shoes. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Probably after another couple hours of walking, and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon. Caledogner River is what I'm going to call it. That's really wide, and it's muddy, and it's flowing quite well, and it's also raining on me, so I'm thankful to be under this canopy somewhat. There's a road right there too. I don't know what road that is, but been some traffic going on it. The Appalachian Trail's been following along the river here. I stopped on a stile, if you will, going over a fence. Had a little break there, about 10 minutes maybe. Put my pack cover on because I could see it was going to rain. And I was right. And I guess this is a pull-off for in case you get a flat tire. Oh, I don't know what that's for. These are a little soft. These boards here. They've been here for a while, I'm guessing. And they're very slippery too. Be careful on that. You can see the green from the moss. Didn't get a whole lot of sunshine, I would say, down in here. I'm trying to step carefully. Wow, this is pretty long. Way longer than I expected. This is the trail. Heading north through Pennsylvania. There is no water available. I have like a swallow of water left. I think it said somewhere around 3 miles ahead there was a stream. The shelters only was, when I got on that stile back there, it was 4.8, so I didn't quite beat the rain. I made it a little over 10 miles, but... And I think this is the road I was walking alongside. I see 0 white blazes, but I can't see that it's going to cross that road anywhere on the other side, so we're going this way. I can check my GPS in a few minutes if I don't see anything. And this is the creek, as they call it. I call it a river. Muddy river at that. Yeah, skies are pretty ugly over there, and that's the way it's coming from, so I'm expecting the trails to get a little more slick, which is the way it goes. But I think this creek is high anyway. All the rain we've had. Aha! I spy a white blaze. Actually, I spy 2 white blazes on the tree. Now, if I can just figure out where it goes, that'll be even better. I have no idea. I don't see a white blaze up ahead. I don't see a trail going down into the woods. No mountain bicycles. I think that's it right there. It sure is. Oh, it's kind of weird. Very weird. They lost their clothes. That was a very strange turn. But I guess that's the way we get across the river and keep going. All right, my phone's getting a little wet here, so I'm going to put it away. Thanks for helping me figure that out. Oh, goodness. There we are. Headed north. Talk to you soon. June 19th. Happy birthday, Rachel. It is 4:15. And this is tea through here.
Have a good one.
You too, thank you. Trail runner. Wow, that was pretty interesting. Yeah, he ran past me on the way up the hill, and then he was just running back. So I don't know how far he came from or how far he's going to get back, but there's several roads in between all that stuff. So still on the AT. And that was Route 944 that was going above me. They use some bark from the trees to lay in some of the wet areas. I don't know. It seems to work pretty good. We're taking strips of bark, you know, like that there, and laying them flat in the trail. And it's kind of cushiony, it's not slippery, and that takes care of that little bit of mud that was there. So, especially going up hills, because it was kind of greasy in spots. And then I saw they had peeled and put some bark down, so good idea. Still hear the traffic. Lots of roads through this section. There is no camping from the shelter I was at last night. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Something Kennedy Shelter. Anyway, there's no camping from that one to the one that I'm heading towards now. So, and it's 18.1 miles. Been nice to maybe break it a little bit, but the walking hasn't been difficult, but it has been such a low area through there that the trails were really wet. My feet are wet because of it, so it's hard to get around that sometimes. Not that I'm trying to make a trail around it, it's just nobody really wants to walk dead down the middle without, you know, a rock or two in there. A couple miles from the shelter from the night, so. Tonight I'll have 18.1 miles for the day. fun fact, I haven't seen him since I left Boiling Springs. So he went to the outfitters and I went to the trail. So hopefully he was able to get his sneakers. And I don't know what time he's going to get here tonight. So did have rain come through. .2 mile day today. Made it to the destination of Darlington Shelter. There was like 5 people here when I got here tonight. Section hikers. I didn't know them very well, but they kind of had stuff around in the shelter, so I decided to pitch my tent. So that's all set up. I'm all ready. My food bag to put up. So yeah, today was kind of a mix of a lot of different things today. We left the shelter this morning and headed into Boiling Spring. Interesting town, nice little town. It's I mean, the park is all fancied up and it looks nice. Very nice looking town. I didn't get a chance to walk around a lot down there. In the outfitters, I did get my new trekking poles. I got aluminum Leckies like I had before. Different brand, not different brand, but a different name on the side of it. Same pole, basically and generally, so different color. So yeah, I got my trekking poles. Yay! I feel a lot better now. And I needed them to set my tent up tonight, so that came in pretty handy. Oh, let's see what else happened today. We went through Boiling Springs. There was another coal-fired furnace for the iron industry that was going on and making a boom in Pennsylvania. So that was kind of interesting there. Yeah, and then I just headed north, crossed a lot of roads today, but we also crossed through acres and acres and acres of farm field, and it's just so flat. You can see all the way across it. It was pretty neat to be able to walk through that. I appreciated that, and I know how much work it takes to get all that done. So yeah, so yeah, lots of road crossings. I said that. I hate that. I hate the sound. It's so loud. That traffic when I hear that traffic, and when I am going over a bridge or something, it's just so loud in my head. So I'm always glad to get out of that environment where I can hear myself. So all right, let's see what else happened today. I got rained on. That counts for something, I'm sure. I had to put my phone away because it was starting to come down pretty hard. And I knew it was coming because I could see it, so I did get my pack cover on time. Crossed railroad tracks today. And I did a video on that, and yeah, I had myself laughing there for watching the video, so check that out. It was earlier today, so yeah, Darlington Shelter, 200 yards. So I don't know the folks that are here, so I'll walk up this way with you and then I'll say goodnight. There was some ripening berries that I noticed today on the trail. Took some pictures of thistle. It's a big giant purple flower on the top of it. It was as tall as I was. I took a close-up picture of that. It's really cool. The wheat fields. I got some video of the wheat fields. It was just really, 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 really nice. Let's seems like I'm forgetting something today. I don't think I saw any wild creatures except for squirrels today. A few birds. A few more birds today than I had. I had a long river walk today too, so that seemed to be a large number of birds in and around and near the river. So, and with the roads going through every so often, it would seem like they have narrow strips to make their homes in. So this shelter is a newer shelter. Kind of sticks right out there. It's like newer wood. So, but again, I'm tenting up on the hill a little bit. I think, fun fact, probably squeezed his way in there. Rail stretcher said he was probably just going to stop and get something to eat and move on. So that's what his plan is. And tomorrow we will be in Duncannon. So we're going to stay the night and just so we can hit the hiker fest and maybe one more night. And then hit the trail again on Sunday. We'll have done, in the last 5 days, as of tomorrow, we'll be about 70 miles in those 5 days. So my feet are feeling it a little bit today because they got wet yesterday from sweat, and today the trails were just wet. So it was hard on the feet after a couple of days of them being like dishpan hands. Yeah. So I guess that's it for tonight. It was a good day. And happy birthday again, Rachel. All right. Have a good night, everyone.